Outlander's been running on our screens for a while now, and we've got to say that it captured our hearts and minds because of its amazing story and the show's masterful production. So it's about time that it receives the accolade it deserves. Despite having many nominations and award wins under its belt, the show's front and center again with its actor Sam Heughan's win at the Scotland BAFTA. Let's dive in to talk about it. First up, Heughan's finally scored a BAFTA Scotland. Sam Heughan, who plays the handsome warrior named Jamie Fraser in Outlander, received the Audience Award, which was voted for by the fans. The BAFTAs in Scotland take place twice a year, and the event celebrates Scottish talent working in the field of film, television, and games. Well, it's Scotland, so of course Outlander's gotta get a seat at the table. The show's storyline literally takes place there in 1743, and on the occasion the star was present, along with his colleagues, which included Caitriona Balfe, David Barry, Sophie Skelton, and John Bell, to name a few in attendance. Since it was an award that was won because of all the fans who'd come out to support and vote, Sam was quick to acknowledge this fact and thank them. He also thanked them for their support and for the respect that they'd placed on the Outlanders team to have them be deserving of such an award. Heughan's love for his fans and supporters is always noticeable, as he posed with the bystanders who came out to support him on the night of the event too. Guess he loves Outlander as much as we all do. Anyway, it was a great night for the fans, particularly as they were totally over the moon with his win. Their love for the character truly shone, and Heughan winning definitely had them pumped because he deserved it for his incredible performance on the show. Next up, Outlander star gave a touching acceptance speech. Standing on the stage to receive his award, the 42-year-old looked as dashing as ever, and he took the moment to talk to us all and deliver a speech. It was a warm tribute to Outlander and a sweet acknowledgement of all the hard work the team put in to make it a part of Scottish heritage. He began it by saying that in case it was unknown among some people in attendance, Outlander was a wee show that started filming in 2013 in a small Cumbernauld electric factory, and so now that place is called Cumbernollywood. He went on to showcase how far it had come since its early days by letting us know that the show now has 5 sound stages and huge workshops. He also mentioned that the costume department's pretty massive. Well, the period piece has totally got gorgeous costumes. The proud star of the show then let us know that it had now been 8 years since the show started production, and they've got 91 episodes to show for all of their efforts, including all the episodes of the latest season 7 that's yet to come out. Further up, Sam's speech especially gave a nod to the Outlander team. A show's gotta have an awesome team to help it achieve its true impact, and judging from Sam's BAFTA acceptance speech, Outlander's totally lucked out in this department. Well, the transition that he's highlighted has gotta have a good amount of people who believe in the project. According to Heughan, everyone's worked non-stop to make Outlander be as amazing as it is. They may have begun their journey in a little factory, but it's being broadcasted internationally now. The show's star gave us some statistics too. After a huge round of applause from the crowd, Sam went on to tell us that the show employs 2,800 people from Scotland. It's got a cast of around 650, and a whopping 5,000 people have participated as extras in its production. And the sets are a whole different story. Over 300 sets have so far been built in about 145 locations that run from Pitlochry all the way down to Sam's hometown called Dumfries. And that's not all. Heughan went on further to outline the show's huge trainee program. Its investment helped 150 trainees to go out and work in TV and film in Scotland and elsewhere. That's a lot of commitment. Maybe the BAFTA Scotland stage will one day have one of those trainees up to receive awards too. But the celebration is worldwide, as the Outlander star pointed out, because it's got a 10 million viewership on Starz and is seen in 48 territories of the US alone. Wow! Moving on, the fans noticed a playful dig made by the star while receiving his award. Outlander fans kinda shared the feeling, which is why they quickly recognized how Heughan used the phrase "at long last" while he picked up the award. It is indeed about time that the show's efforts are recognized, especially on the Scottish landscape. It's done a significant amount of work while creating many opportunities for other people too. We feel ya, Outlander enthusiasts. And now, Sam's the people's favorite Scot on screen. That's what the award says. Heughan also pointed out in his speech that 3.2 million people made their way to Scotland in 2019 to visit sites related to Outlander. He adamantly let the crowd know that Outlander's work influenced the country's presence and tourism as well. And it's plain to see, in the times of COVID, 1.9 million visitors made their way to Scotland, and Outlander's got a role in making that happen. The star is sure proud of all the work that the show's done, as he should be. He ended his speech, however, by simply thanking the fans and letting them know that he greatly appreciated this honor that came in the form of the award. You and the team deserve it. Take a bow. Well, the show's production is going ahead, with all engines going, as we eagerly await the upcoming season. Season 7. However, the show's ending beyond it remains unknown to those who haven't read the books. But the BAFTA bag in Starz hinted that he knows how the whole thing ends. Up next, the BAFTA Scotland winner knows the ending. Speaking in a recent interview, Sam's kinda just confirmed that he knows what happens at the end of Diana's book. Jokingly, he said that he'd tell us, but he'd suddenly forgotten what happened. Hey, you had us listening close, not fair. Though he knows the Starz are keeping it under wraps, since he's pretty sure the fans would find out what happens soon enough. What's more, Sam's totally ready to be back in case there's another season. Heughan shared that even though he knows what the eventual end is, he's still unsure about how long the current adaptation under Starz is going to continue. The show's based on the book series by Diana Gabaldon, and the author's got at least another book in the pipeline, but the show's run after the 7th season is still not known. But Sam shared that he'll totally be back in case his role is reprised, so he's in it for the long haul, all the way until we get to the end of Diana's saga. The books came out quite back in the day, with the first one hitting the shelves around 1991. The show's adaptation of this epic saga began in 2014 and follows a nurse from World War II who's transported to the Scotland of the 18th century, where she gets swept up in the time's events. Currently, the next big thing to look out for is the 7th season of the show, which is still being worked on by the cast members and the production team. Now, for what's going to happen past Season 7. Sam's knowledge of the ending aside, he's definitely sure that the team wants to continue telling the story. It's not always about the ending, right? It's also about the journey, and Outlander's given us a pretty awesome journey so far. That said, Starz so far has not confirmed if they plan on working on all 10 of Diana's books or if they'll be shortened to conclude with the span of individual seasons. And what's more, we haven't got confirmation on whether there'll be an 8th season or not. The network is still waiting to see if the series will garner enough viewership to go for another season, but it's so far remained one of Starz's most recognizable shows with international viewership. So if it all boils down to popularity, we've got nothing to worry about, right? The 7th season will wrap up the story from the book A Breath of Snow and Ashes, and it'll then move on to the plot of the 7th book titled An Echo in the Bone. Finishing up, Sam may have dropped a clue about the upcoming season. If you haven't put in the time and read all the books, chances are you don't know what happens next, and so we're at the mercy of the show to tell us. Talking with Audible, Sam hinted that Jamie might go through a physical change in the future. This is quite a tease, as we're totally in the dark, but it's something to chew on. Amidst the chat, the star further joked that he's already got some prosthetics done, and so he'll be totally on board for working on the Rings of Power. We don't know so far if these prosthetics were done on the set of Outlander, but Heughan said that we'll see it in the future, and it was pretty fun to do. Well, we'll be waiting for this and the ending that Sam's refused to share. A hearty congrats to the star for the well-deserved BAFTA Scotland win. That's it for today's video. How do you all think the series will end? Let us know in the comments below. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. We'll be back soon with another video.